This video is brought to you by 3, bringing you 4G at no extra cost.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here with an HTC One M8 for Windows. The One M8 for Windows is one of the most interesting devices that we've ever seen. It's literally a carbon copy of the HTC One hardware-wise, but with Windows Phone 8.1 slapped all over it. And it isn't actually slapped all over it, it's lovingly applied to this phone, and we'll come on to why later. But we're going to kick off by talking you around the design of the phone. And you can see the front has a 5 megapixel camera, BoomSound speakers, 5-inch display, full HD resolution, SLCD3. Exactly the same as on the original HTC One, as is the rest of the phone really. Micro SD card slot to the right hand side, as well as a volume rocker. Down at the base is that 3.5mm jack and micro USB connector wrapping around, and it's a SIM card slot, while up at the top, infrared blaster and power button. Flipping it round, and you've got that 4.3 ultra pixel camera, as well as a dual LED flash, one warm, one cool, in order to give you perfect white balance when you're taking flash shots, or that's what HTC claims. You've also got a duo camera as well, obviously the secondary lens, in order to apply 3D filters. Bringing it then closer, you can see a Verizon logo and a Windows Phone logo as well. So that's the actual device. Goes without saying, it's a brilliant, super premium in-hand sensation, all metal body, brushed metal. The wraparound corners just feel super elegant, treated differently. These are blasted, this is brushed metal. It's a brilliant device to hold. It's always been a brilliant device to hold, but it's really interesting to see this long ecosystem on board, and these vertically scrolling menus actually suit the hardware on here really nicely. Because it is such a long device, it actually feels quite natural to swipe up and down. Also, we've gotten used to this on the HTC One M8 because of the vertically scrolling applications tray. You can also see the actual Windows Phone 8.1 allows you to customize Windows Phone better than any other Windows Phone prior, and that's with things like folders, for example, in addition to background image. And we've chosen the HTC background image we've got on our HTC One M8, and you can see how they compare in terms of the UI. It's busy on the Windows Phone 8.1, but it does look cool. As far as that UI goes, the elements include one screen on the left, one screen on the right. This is all your start menu icons. You can long press, you can change the size of these icons, and you can drag them around. Swipe up from the bottom and you'll pull up a Windows Phone button array. Press back, and whenever you press the start menu, you will always be taken back to the start menu. Long press back and you go into multitasking. On the right hand side, you've got all your applications. As you can see, Windows Phone isn't super hot for applications, not compared to Android or iOS anyway, but it's certainly gotten better with apps like Spotify, for example, having seen updates lately that make them usable. You've also got unofficial versions of a lot of key applications like Tinder and Dropbox if you're single or love your storage solutions. You can see a pull-down notifications tray. This is a new addition to Windows Phone 8.1, as are those quick toggles up top, and the keyboard also allows for swipe input. HTC's edition includes HTC Sense TV, which allows you to take full advantage of that infrared blaster up top. If we open the application up, you can see very clearly it shows you exactly what's on now in an electronic program guide format, and shows you movies, sports, etc. So I'll break it down into categories, and naturally, being a remote control, you can also open up a remote control numeric pad and option menu. You've also got HTC camera. Now this is great. If we open it up, you can see we can pull out some options which allow us to swap out from auto. Finally, HDR on a Windows Phone. Flipping that on, we can tap through on one of the background phones, and this is quite a high contrast shot. We can open it up and you can see it's pulled out oodles more detail in terms of tonal variety as well than the standard shot would have. So yeah, we're really happy about that. There are a few omissions. Unfortunately, you don't have the tight integration with the Zoe Beta application, and of course you do not have which is probably our biggest letdown at manual controls, despite the fact the key Windows Phone competitor, the Lumia range, does. But still, the overall camera experience will be much improved over the Windows Phone camera experience that we've come to know from non-Nokia devices. Microsoft also loads us up with things like Office, etc., as well as some fun applications that allow you to get recipes very easily and see your news very quickly. And these are all available with live tiles as well that illustrate this information in a very attractive way, with things like LTE on board if you're in the US, unfortunately not in the UK, 32 gig onboard memory. This is a very capable device, expandable by up to an extra 128 gigabytes. The fact it's got Windows Phone on here may irksome to some, but for us, we actually quite like Windows Phone, and more to the point, we like having that variety. Windows Phone tends to be one of those operating systems you don't use as much as you use Android. It's not as compulsive. You don't check it as much. Battery life tends to last longer on Windows phones because you don't pull it out of your pocket quite as often. It's a nice device to use when you use it. There are a few issues with Windows phones. There's no getting around that. We've mentioned that application support. And you also have endless scrolling lists in your settings, and throughout it's really arduous just seeing all these lists. But like we said, funnily enough, with the HTC One M8, those lists kind of look, well, in theme with the phone itself. So that has been an extended hands-on with the HTC One M8 for Windows. Before we go, it's worth pulling in a couple of other devices so you can get a quick size comparison. This is a J Butterfly 2, obviously packing Android, and this is the HTC One E8. Both of these devices will only be available in China. Now, you may think we should bring in a Nokia Lumia 930 in frame, but we're actually going to run a full comparison between these two devices, so make sure you stay tuned to BTech for that in the coming days. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you like the channel in general and want more, click subscribe. And of course, if you have any questions about the One M8 for Windows or any of the devices that we've talked about, fire them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.